Hi, this is Ken from Psychic Tapestry. Starting today and hopefully continuing every Monday, I'm going to pull a few cards for you from my Psychic Jukebox deck. By the way, this deck is one of a kind. It's a creation I made for myself. I was having a tough time finding a deck that really resonated with me, and since music is so important, I made my own. Each card is a different singer or band and a different song. They all correspond to a specific card in a 78 card deck, but the meaning might be a little bit different. It's what that card, that singer, and that song mean to me. Now keep in mind that tarot cards are very subjective. It's quite possible that a card could mean something different to you, and that's absolutely valid, especially since my cards are all songs, which could also have different meanings for you than they do for me. I'll give you my take on them, but feel free to use your own interpretation, especially if you feel strongly about it. Oh, I mentioned these cards correspond to cards in a 78 card deck. My deck is actually 80 cards. 2 of them are blank. Now, to me, that means you've probably already got a song in your head, and that carries its own message for you. And if you don't already have one, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be getting one. You're going to hear something that just connects, that just clicks with you. Now, I've pulled 3 cards, and this represents the energy for the coming week. The first card is the heart of the matter. It's where you are right now. The second card is represents challenges you may be facing in the days ahead. And the last card, the third card, is the outcome. All right. The first card, that's just as I was mentioning, that's one of those blank cards. That means that you already know what's going on with you, whether you want to admit it or not. You've got a song in your head, or you're going to hear something that really clicks, that means that this is who you are, this is where you are right now. Right? The challenge that you may be facing this week, it's the clash. Should I stay or should I go? It doesn't mean that it's going to be a huge decision, but you are going to be facing some kind of decision this week that that's going to stop you from making any progress until you figure out which way to go. And it doesn't mean that there's one answer is right and the other is wrong. It just means that you're not going to be able to make any more progress until you make that decision. And the outcome card, that's Jim Croce. You don't mess around with Jim. It corresponds to the 5 of Swords. I don't know if you can see that on the video. But this to me means that you're going to be fine as long as you're not too cocky. Don't be too overconfident. If you do that, you're going to look like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. Okay, so there's a blank card. You know what's going on. There's a decision to be made, the 7 of Cups there with the clash, should I stay or should I go? And Jim Croce, you don't mess around with Jim, the 5 of Swords. Thanks so much for watching this video, and hope to be talking to you and hear from you this Saturday on a new edition of Psychic Tapestry.